I just seen a rat on all the food, man. So what you saying? You telling me because I'm just an inmate that I just got to deal with it? Okay, then I tell you what. How about I just take this food tray and bust you in the mouth with it?
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
So the captain come in there, he like, Lasir, come here. So I know y'all like, wait, who the heck is Lasir? That's my name. My name is Donta Ronald Lasir. Lasir is my last name. Anyway, so I'm like, what's up, Cap? He like, come here. So I'm like, all right. So I get up and I go over there. I'm like, what's up? He like, hey, we just got a spot open in the kitchen. You want it? I said, hell yeah. I said, how much it pay? He said, it's $5 a day. I said, oh, I bet. Now listen, working in the kitchen might be the best job that you ever can possibly get while in prison. And I'm going to tell you why. Because not only you got access to food, you got access to unlimited food. And also, if you in that game, and I'm not going to say because I don't want to glorify prison in any type of way at all. But if you are in certain businesses, you can move things around and you can also have the food as leverage, and also you can put things in food to move things around. Okay. So he who rules the food rules the prison. All right. So I'm like, yeah. So he like, okay, bet you start tomorrow. I said, what time I got to be up? He said, I'm going to send somebody in here to come get you later on. I said, all right, bet. So I go back to the table. I'm like, yeah, Al, I'm finna be in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen. I get to work in the kitchen. Right? So he like, man, I said, you all right? So I said, yeah, I'm excited. Do y'all remember back in the day when it was the day before Christmas, like Christmas Eve, and you just can't go to sleep because you're so excited? Or, you know, that the first day of school, right? It's Sunday and Monday is the first day of school and you just so excited. You like, you can't go to sleep. So you just, what's that word? Anticipating for the next day. So that's how I was. So I'm just laying on my bed just like this with my hands behind just laying like this. Like, yeah, I can't wait to get up in this kitchen. So they crack the door, 4 o'clock in the morning. So, Lasir, get up, let's go. So, I'm like, all right. So I'm like, God dang, I ain't know how to get up this early. All right, whatever. So we usually get up at 6 or 7 o'clock. So I get up and I'm all wiping the cold out my eye, walking down the tier, right? So then head out. We get to the kitchen. So I'm looking around and I'm like, well, the food has a dude telling me like, yeah, we got to unload the truck or whatever. So when he said unload the truck, I'm like, we get to go outside? He's like, no, it's a dock over here, man. It's a dock over here. We finna go over there. We finna unload the truck. So I said, all right. So I go over there. It's like, have you ever worked at a warehouse? It's like that. So we over there at the door. They press a button. They lift it up. The truck is already backed up, and it's a dolly right there. So he said, you just take this stuff and put it over there. Take this stuff, put it over there. So I instantly get up on the dolly. And I wish they would have had the electric pallet jacks. That would have been way more easier. But anyway, I get the dolly. So I'm taking the onions over there. I'm taking the eggs. We had so many eggs, right? All them eggs over there, this and that, right? So it took me probably about, I don't know, maybe 25 minutes to unload both trucks. I had help. It was 3 other dudes too. So we unloading the trucks, and then I seen a rat. Now listen, y'all know. Let me get close to the camera. And before I even tell y'all this, y'all let me know in the comment section, what is y'all most afraid of? Now, I'm not talking about dying, and I'm not talking about the devil and stuff like that. I'm talking about like a phobia. Mine is mice, rats, squirrels, raccoons, skunks, even rabbits. I don't like them type of things, man. So when I see this big rat, now I seen mice in the prison, but I never seen a rat in prison. I'm talking about this. It was about this big and this fat with a long tail. It just shot across that way. I'm like, yo. So then, dude, I said, hey man, you see that rat? He like, yeah, what's the big deal? I said, it's a rat right there, dog. He like, okay. I said, all right. So then we got all these bananas because they made sure we stayed with bananas. So you got all these bananas right here too in this big cart, this huge cart. And I just see a rat just jump on one and jump like in the pile and disappear. I'm like, yo, what is going on in here, man? And then I see a dead rat over there. I'm like, no, and then I got to thinking like, hold up. So the rats, let me tell y'all something too before we even go any further. Listen, I know people like to go to the grocery stores and eat strawberries and they like to eat the grapes and just eat it raw without washing it off. Y'all better start washing y'all food off. I'm telling y'all right now, start washing your food off. So next thing you know, I'm looking and I'm like, yo, if they doing this, now I haven't even made it to the kitchen where they prepare the food at. So I'm like, God, please don't let this be going on in the kitchen. So I get up and I head in the kitchen because we done unloading the truck. So my man telling me like, yeah, man, we be making sandwiches and, when we make these sandwiches, whatever, we keep the bags and, you can load it up with onions. You can load it up with bell pepper, load it up with extra meats and whatever. And then just put it in your pants and stuff like that. The guards don't be tripping. You can get a whole hustle. So I'm like, all right, telling me this. And then I see one run. Now, let me, have y'all ever been in the cafeteria at school and been like in the back where the lunch aides prepare the meals at? It's like the exact same setup. So if y'all ever, let's think about back in elementary and middle school, or even high school, if y'all ever had the pleasure of going back there and seeing the whole setup, the same exact setup. So I see a rat just shoot across the counter and I'm like, oh man. Now I get it. This is a big prison. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm like, so these rats that's running over the food. I'm like, oh, man, today it's toast, boiled eggs, and like this country ham, like a little thick slice of ham or whatever. Right? So my job was to do all the boiled eggs. So I got the water going, this big bucket thing, this big like mixing bowl type of thing. I'm just putting the eggs in there, putting them in there. While I was boiling, I just get it like this big scooper with this drainer thing. I just put it over here, right? So I'm doing that, and then do y'all remember off of Bad Boys 2 or 1 when Mark was in the basement under the house where the money was at? And he kept jumping like, oh, when a rat would come by him or something. That's how I was, man. So I'm doing the egg drop and I just see rats, boom, boom, just shooting here, shooting there. So I'm like, yo, this ain't, and then boop. Why a rat hanging from wherever it was at fall right there in the water? It was like, start squilling in this scalding hot water. I said, yeah, I'm done. So then I said, hey, dog, I'm gone. He like, what you mean you gone? I said, I can't do this, dog. I can't do it. He like, what? You can't do what? I mean, what you mean you can't do it? I said, dog, I can't deal with these rats. He like, man, don't you be having rats in your cell? I said, no, I don't got no rats in my cell. He like, hey, well, all right, man, you missing out, dog. I'm like, no, I'm good. So I ended up walking off. The guard like, yo, where you going? I say, yo, I quit. I can't do this job. He like, well, all right, whatever. So I leave, go through the corridor, go where I need to go. Now I'm back in the pod. Now everybody out on the yard. People is out in school. People doing their trades. I'm back in the pod by myself, and there's a couple other cats in there. So I'm laying there, and I'm just thinking like, all this time, we basically eating after the rats. Like, this is not sanitary. You know, and I be hearing about cats getting sick out of nowhere. So this is what it gotta be. This what the problem must be, is these rats. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, man, this ain't right, man. So I get up on the phone and I call my girl. She like, what's going on? I said, man, they feeding us rats in here, man. She like, what you mean they feeding y'all rats? Like the Chinese people do? I said, no, it's like, so I just came from the kitchen, right? And, you know, I get there's supposed to be rats that, you know, this is a big facility, but I seen rats running over the bananas. A rat fell in this pot that I was boiling the eggs in, and you know, the rats are just running all over the food, man, and the dudes in the kitchen, like, it ain't nothing, like, it's all good. So she was like, hey, are you sick? I said, no, man. I mean, some days I do go to the kitchen when, you know, when it's Burger Friday or it's Chicken Day, and, you know, or if I just want to grab something real quick, yeah, I do. She was like, well, you ain't eating there no more. I said, I mean, yeah. So she was like, you gonna tell everybody? I said, you know, I'm gonna tell my homies, but at the same time, you know, it's cats in here, that's all they got. You know what I'm saying? If they don't eat that, they gonna starve to death. And she was like, yeah. I said, but then again, there's some dudes in here that don't care about none of that. There's some real savages in here that might eat the dang rat itself. So I'm like, yeah, baby, yeah, you just make sure you keep sending that money, man. Keep sending that money every week, man, because I can't do it. So Al ended up coming back in the pod, and he got one of these sandwiches that he done paid for, right? He got a big sandwich, too, this ham sandwich that was snuck from the kitchen. And I just walked up to him. I said, Al, put that sandwich down. He like, man, what you mean put the sandwich down? I paid 4 packs of ramen noodles for this. I said, Al, look, man, come on, let me talk to you. He like, what's up, man? I said, listen, dog, it's rats in the kitchen. He like, okay, it's rats all over the prison. I mean, shoot, it's some rats in here now. I said, no. I'm not talking about human rats. I'm talking about rats. And Al like, okay, I mean, this is a big prison, so it's gonna be rats in here. I said, listen, so you know, he like, dude, and what you doing here anyway, man? You supposed to be in the kitchen working. I said, exactly. He like, so exactly what I said, dude, listen, 9 times out of 10, that sandwich that you eating on, the meat right there, a rat could have been involved with that. He like, what you mean a rat could have been? I said, listen, when I was in there, it was all types of crazy rats, rodents running around up in the kitchen, dog. He said, what you mean? I said, they was running around. They was on the food. He looked at the sandwich, then he opened it up and looking at it, he closed it back, ate it again and walked off. I said, Al. He said, what? I mean, I already started eating it. I mean, like what? I said, all right, Al. So I go back to my cell, right? And I'm laying down. And all I'm thinking about, like, yo, man, this ain't right, man. This ain't right. I'm gonna make a grievance. So for those that don't know what a grievance is, and let me let y'all cats, I ain't never been locked up before, know. Filing a grievance against the prison is not snitching, okay? Filing a grievance is basically letting the administration know, like, yo, y'all got to tighten up. Y'all need to change these things that y'all got going on around up in here, man, right? So I end up going to the guard. I'm like, yo, I need a grievance right quick. So they give me the paper, they give me a pencil, and I'm just filling out. I said, dear administration, I observed working in the kitchen today that y'all had a rodent problem in the kitchen. Please take care of that because it's not fair that we are already locked up and getting treated like animals, and it's not fair that real animals get to defecate on our food before we eat it. Please take care of that, dear administration. Right? and I put it in a box. Let me tell y'all something. Sometimes in prison, it's a saying, well, you ain't got to deal with this if you weren't out there committing crimes. That's true. Or if something crazy happened to you up in prison, the first thing people would say is, well, if you weren't out there committing crimes, this would never happen to you. Let me tell y'all something. There's innocent people that are in prison. But even outside of that, just because I or somebody else committed a crime, that don't mean we gotta deal with our food being contaminated, especially by these filthy rodents. Where's the humanity at? So I'm waiting for 2-3 days later to get a response. You know what happened? I go over there to the box and I looked inside there, right? And it's still filled. They supposed to empty that box every day. So I go to the guard. I'm like, yo, hey, is y'all ever going to check out the grievance box? He said, yeah, we're going to check it out. And he said, matter of fact, I'm going to check it out now. So I said, okay, bet. I had a bad feeling of what was about to happen. So he take the box, right? And I just casually follow him. And I'm looking at him in his office. And he looked dead at me, right? Open the box, right? Dump the grievances in the trash and spit on it. And I was like, okay. All right. And I just walked off. I'll tell y'all something about prison. Prison it's like the Terror Dome. Do y'all remember Escape from LA, Mad Max, Judge Dredd? That's how prison is, man. You can't complain. I mean, you can write grievances all day, but I mean, what I see with my own 2 eyes, it went straight to the garbage can. There's a lot of injustices that's going on in prison towards the inmates. Now, this was about 11 years ago. I've been free for 11 years. So I don't know if the conditions done changed in prison or not, but I know one thing. I hate rats. Anyway, listen, YouTube is not sending out my notifications. I need for y'all to text this number right here. Okay, so that way I can send out my own personal notifications, from me to you. Okay, so you will never miss another video and you will never miss when I go live again. Okay, also text this number if you want me to promote your business, your social media channel, your product, or whatever the case is. I don't care if it's a Tubi movie. I don't care if it's your OnlyFans, but it better not be no real freaked out stuff. You heard me? Also, if you're looking for a good movie to watch tonight on Tubi, make sure you click on the link in the comment section at the top. The movie is called Finders Keepers. Go check it out.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.